was the 102-day wonder from design to first flight. In October of 1940, this aircraft was a miracle in World War II. Make sure to keep your eyes and ears open as Scooter gives us a beautiful wheel landing right here on the grass. You'll hear the popping sound too as the aircraft tosses by. What that is unlearned fuel in the exhaust pipes. The exhaust stacks are actually up on the side of the aircraft. Check it out. Now it's Tom demonstrates along that for us today. He operates and tails out of the American Dream Skyline in South Carolina. He's a professional airline pilot. Very sports, well over 30 years, 2,000 hours of flight time. Very active. Flies, aircraft, Warhawks, Wildcats here, and even Corsair. Now, here at Geneseo, we like to show you a gamut of what was out there in national not only do we love to see the aircraft itself up close, but we're so happy to have so many different aircraft here. Wildcat, P-51, Corsair, and more. This aircraft, a 1943 version of the FMC Wildcat.
Oh yeah, well that was my dad.
Was produced at Cronin's subsidiary, featuring aircraft in Wildcat, New Jersey. It was one of the first 100 built Mark 8, Mod 8, upgraded Mustang, and rocket pack. That being said, it was actually a movie aircraft at one point. It has for serious early owners. A lot of flying guns over started with rotation ownership, the multi-aircraft deal, and then ended up with Tom flying Wildcat in existence. Wow, it's been an excellent show thus far. We've shown you the best of the Air Force, now some of the Navy, and we're going to turn to a home-built aircraft. Another famous aircraft on the roll here in Geneseo. Powered by a double-wash, 18-cylinder, craft-ready Mars 4808, producing 2,000 horsepower. Sound around, is not mistaken. John brings the Corsair back in. I invite you to look at the wing. The wing is completely different from most other aircraft. To accommodate design attributes of the Corsair, the large propeller at more than 13 feet across, as well as the large landing gear needed for carrier operations. The whole things were designed with an inverted arch, allowing the
say anything's compacted on a Corsair at all. But not this time. It has some energy. Of course, the museum exhibits of the National Warplane Museum are on display as well. You're going to check those out at the far corner of the property. Photographers, lenses up, the Corsair is in from snow right. Nicely done. A big round of applause for John and the Corsair today on the rare Goodyear Corsair.
I can't help it. It's my skin. Like, it makes your skin like bright. Yeah.
Alright, so after we cover the Corsairs, we're playing beautiful.
years of its time. But it's long range. Ariel's from Switzerland, so we've got a lot going on here. But we're right here with you today from Geneseo, and this is one of our last passes, so get your cameras out. Ladies and gentlemen, your line of brass pass.
One of the most iconic aircraft of World War II. Coming downhill, Ed pushes the nose over. Let's see what the Helldiver will do for us. Now Ed's making her perform pretty good. She's a big girl. And that being said, this airplane doesn't take one to be pushing around. Now, performance itself had a maximum speed just close to 300 miles an hour. And a lot of that had to do with the diving part. She just about 300 miles an hour. The cruise speed was pretty darn slow at 137 knots, right around 160 miles an hour. It's a whole lot of airplane to move through the air. The idea of the Helldiver was to come in, get a good hard bead on whatever it was going after, drop it, and get the heck out of Dodge. The armament varied a little bit with the aircraft itself. 220mm weapons or cannons in the wings, Browning machine guns in the rear cockpit, and in the bomb bay, over 2,000 pounds could be brought along. Now, we talked about it earlier. Initially, poor handling characteristics and late modifications caused lengthy delays to the production and development of this aircraft. That takes another shot here in Geneseo. Believe it or not, it was investigated by the Truman Committee, which turned in a scathing report against the aircraft. This actually contributed to the decline of Curtiss as a company who developed the airplane. Neither pilots nor the aircraft carrier skippers seemed to like it at all. Nevertheless, the Helldiver was faster than a Dauntless. And I encourage you to go take a look at it on our interactive flight line. Talk to Ed, find out more about the airplane, and take a look at how big this airplane truly is. look carefully on that pass, you will see tailwinds sticking half out of the rear of the aircraft. Just imagine that. Nicely done by Ed, bringing her back to the greatest show on turf. Exactly, 1 second left. Nice. All right, let's see. There we go. Let's see here. Make some noise. I wonder how bad it's going to go on those YouTube ones. Let's find out. Nice catch. Alright, over here, over here. Look at my movement. Oh, we're a little short. Don't injure each other now. Over here, I think here we go.
I think Pat's in at 6.
All right. Right there. There it is, the hit right hands. All right.
Now is the beach.
Oh shit! What the hell? Oh!